Just before we get started with this, there will be heavy spoilers in this video for this game and the DLC. Okay, good. Okay, let's see what we got going on today. A Bioshock Infinite review. I hope you're all happy with that. It's a very controversial title for me. Tumultuous, up and down, left and right, backwards and forwards, black and white, talking shite. Y'all get the idea. Sorry if I'm not desperately funny today, but I'm not really in the mood. But I did want to talk about this bloody game. Oh yes, and its DLC. We'll just shove that into the one video this time, I think. So I remember seeing things about Bioshock Infinite at the 2012 E3, 2011 E3 when it was first shown off. I was like, oh, that looks cool. New setting, city in the sky called Columbia. I liked all that. That was cool. Then you see other E3 videos, and there's like a guy with glowy eyes, and he looks pretty scary. And then there's like a very mysterious woman, and you're floating, and you fall, and there's roses. Then you see a horse, I think it's a robot horse, dragging a carriage, and it's all sort of weird looking and dark and dingy. And then you see Songbird and find out that that's woman. Eventually you find out she's Elizabeth, and she can like open rips in time, and you see all that, and it looks really interesting. And then the game comes out, and 99% of that isn't in the game. Now, people have gotten on about Ubisoft about releasing games that are not finished or severely downgraded, but we just accept Bioshock Infinite, even though that was, almost nothing that we saw in those E3 trailers made it into the full game. Yes, the aesthetics did, but that was just about it. One character, maybe two, made it in, but all the set pieces you see never made it in, or were massively scaled back. Like when you're fighting on the blimp, that was massively scaled back to be a scripted linear event, where in the E3 demo it makes it look like it's a big open sort of battle that takes a bit longer than, but no, it's quite underwhelming. Anyway, skip to the full release. First played it on Xbox 360. And it was didn't run very well. In fact, it ran pretty shoddily. But then I find out after I've finished the main game that you can unlock the fucking frame rate in the Xbox version. Don't know about the PS3 version, never played it. But you can unlock the frame rate in the Xbox 360 version. The only problem is you will get screen tearing. And I thought I can deal with the screen tearing, but this FPS that's going up and down, up and down, up and down, no, that's just makes me ill. I get motion sickness when the frame rate's uneven and really not very good, shall we say. But the version I'm playing for you all today is the PS4 version. It's the remaster, also available on Xbox, PC, blah, 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 blah. All the major outlets of gaming you can play it on. Don't know about the Switch though. Maybe. You think it'd be in the Switch because it's an old game. They're all old games at this point. So you control a walloper called Booker DeWitt, or No Wit as I like to call him. He is about as bog standard can get. Voiced by Troy Baker. I would eat myself if I were chocolate. And I just don't think he's a very good character. I'd rather they just had a silent protagonist, like in the last couple of games. Actually, did Jack talk in the first one? Don't think so. Can't remember. That was hundreds of thousands of years ago. And the premise is, you need to kidnap the girl to wipe away the debt. And I'm like, fuck does that mean? What debt? Maybe it was a gambling addict or some pish. So you go to a lighthouse like in the first game, and that's cool. That's like, this is quite Bioshocky. Then you get sent up into the air and you land on Columbia. And I'm like, this is cool. There's no degradation of society, no downfall. It's still dystopian, but it's not completely destroyed dystopian, Dystopian comes in some flavours, shall we say. And you get a wee bit of exploring, you'll hear some a cappella renditions of popular pop songs. I can't remember any one because I really didn't give a toss, because I don't like pop. And then you'll eventually get to a bit where you'll see, you've got a tattoo on the back of your hand, and it's AD. Don't know what that means, and they're like, look out for the guy that's got the AD tattoo, and I'm like, this is lame, this is a shite setup, anybody could have written this bitch. And you go through a wee carnival and you get to test your vigours. And why, oh why did they change them to vigours and not just keep them as plasmids? Because I think between this game and the last two Bioshock games, there is like almost no fucking connection. Other than the shitey story, you know, the infinite universes. And I hate that. It's a fucking cop-out, because you can then just really do anything you want. Kill a character off, bring them back. Oh, it's from a different universe, so he's got a blue shirt rather than a green shirt. Fuck off. That's crap. I hate it. No more of that pish. I'm looking at you, Marvel. Enough with the fucking multiverse crap. Aye, so after you've done all that, you get into the meat and totties of the game, and you come across like a stage, and there's a guy on it with a moustache, and there's a couple, one white guy and a black lassie, and they're like, oh, take a baseball, and whatever number, you know, you win. And then, Booker lifts number 77, and Booker wins, what a fucking surprise, collar me shocked, almost died with shock. No shock was ever had that day, I'll tell you. And then you can either choose to throw it at the people or the guy, but either way, whatever you choose doesn't matter, because you get stopped because you've got that stupid fucking tattoo that you knew about, and you're like, maybe I should try and maybe cover this up, maybe get a rag or something like that round my horn, or find a wee shop and buy a nice pair of gloves. No, something smart, especially when you knew they were looking for somebody with that fucking tattoo in their hand. Hello. Anyway, I lost my mind a wee bit there. Because I think the story of this game is, yes, okay, we'll save that for nearer the end. And then all hell breaks loose and you start murdering everybody, and you get your wee bracelet that lets you go on these sky rails. Sky rails are really cool, one of the best bits about this sodding game and this entire experience. And then you'll just start battering folk, and you'll get wee death moves, you'll sparkle someone, and then you can sort of, you know, you'll kill them in a way, you'll chop their head off, or you'll fling them into something or other and they die. Then you get a handgun and you start shooting things, and the gameplay is great. The gameplay is the best gameplay of all three. The shooting is sensational. You still need to click in the thumbstick for iron sights, because you've got your vigors, I mean plasmid vigors, and then you just, that's what the game's like. You can only hold two weapons though, which I am not a fan of. What pish is this? Thank you, Halo. You've actually ruined this experience. I'm kidding, but I don't like it. Considering the last two, you can hold all the weapons you want. Can't do it in this. It's a 2-gun salute up your arse, and you'll hardly have any ammo whatsoever. So you scribble through the game, you save Elizabeth from a fucking Eiffel Tower shaped like an angel, and then Songbird shows up and, you know, kicks fuck out of everything. He's meant to protect Elizabeth, but yeah, he's shite at it because he nearly kills her like every encounter. He's like, yes, you're on a handrail thing skating through the earth and there's nothing below you. I'll just chop the fucking railing and you'll fall to your presumable death, but you don't, you land on a beach. You get a nice wee wholesome moment with Elizabeth where he's like, oh yes, look, they're all dancing, I want to dance, Booker, come dance with me. He's like, no mate, I don't dance, right, fuck off, I'm here for a pint.
If only that's what actually happened.
And then you'll get other fake decisions when you meet the Lutesses, and I didn't mention these nuggets, these are like trans-dimensional beings. It's the same person, two different timelines, one's a man, one's a woman. So does that mean that every person has got a female or male counterpart in the universe? The mess of this game, the spaghetti junction of this game? Probably. I don't know, I can't really answer that. Anyway, so you get a bracelet, a wee choker that Elizabeth will put in her neck. It's either a bird cage or something else. I chose the something else. Makes no fucking difference. Crap is what it is. It's like they learn from the BioWare fucking school of making decisions that don't matter. Aye, so some of the weapons you'll get, just your standard fare. Handguns, hand cannons, shotguns, RPG, fucking, what else you get? Shotguns, machine guns, rifles, sniper. You get the idea. You can charge your plasmids, I mean vigors, up to make traps so that people run in. I think you could do that in the other ones, so it's nothing really all that new. This game is nothing like Bioshock. There's nothing what I thought Bioshock. It's all about quantum entanglement or some pish. It's all about, parallel universes. What the fuck has that got to do with Bioshock? Bio means, biomechanical human meat, scuddery. I don't know, I just jumping through timelines. And that's another thing. Once you go through a tear and it changes the story, you never go back to the previous universe. So they spend time setting up the Vox Populi, who are they're the slaves of Colombia, and they want to overthrow the Colombian government. A guy called Comstock, which is just you. It's like, what? I hate the story of this game. It's so fucking crap. It's so crap. Anyway, so you go through a tear and then they're suddenly the bad guys, and that's them bad guys to the end of the game, and I thought that was just absolute shite. I hated that a lot more than most of this game. So, right, I want to talk about enemies. You get no splicers in this. No splicers, just troopers with guns and an occasional guy with like a superpower, like Murderer Crows is one of your plasma vigors, and you can throw crows at people. I'm just okay. You can also throw fireballs, or you can gather ammunition, which I rather like. There's one where you charge at people and you knock them flying. That's funny. And one of my favourite things, actually, gameplay-wise, was when you're on the rails and you can knock people off of high ledges. You're on a rail and you press X and you'll jump off the rail and you'll scud them in the face. That's great. I could do that all day and never get bored. So I try and do it as much as possible, you see. So this game's got nothing to do with bio. It's all like supernatural shit and dimension jumping. It's almost like it was a completely different game. It also doesn't look like a Bioshock game. Graphically, and the way the characters are designed and the way the characters fall when they die or whatever, it looks an awful lot like Dishonored. Remember that game, Dishonored? Yeah, it looks more like a Dishonored game than a Bioshock game. Tasty! So, in the place of the Big Daddy Bouncer, whatever you call them, you've got the handymen, and they just don't look scary at all. They look fucking stupid. Man, just a big, massive, hulking mechanical body with a wee human head stuck in the top of it. Looks shite. And all they do is smash. They just Hulk, smash, jump, smash. That's all they fucking do, right? So there's no real level of difference in gameplay when you encounter these things, and you only encounter them like twice. It's not even worth it, to be quite honest with you. But it's not like the Big Daddies. They had like different weapons. They had different tactics. Some of them had lancer weapons. Some of them just ran at you and battered fuck at you. You don't get that level of diversity when it comes to gameplay with the handymen, because they're shite. Like most things in this game, other than the gameplay. The gunplay gameplay is good. Rest of it, and there's not very many scary moments in the game. I don't think there's really any until you get to like Comstock's palace, and you've got these. I think they're called the Boys of Silence or the Things of Silence. They've got like horns coming out their ears. They look weird. They're very stealth based. I would just avoid them. I mean, you can kill them if you want, but then they set all their zombie pals on you and they just take forever because you've got no ammo at that point in the game. So you're going to have to melee them all to death, and that just takes way too long and costs far too much health. I hate it. This is the worst game design, like looks wise, not design wise, looks wise, narrative wise. The gameplay is really good, but the rest of it's just chuck dreck crap. It's like this isn't a Bioshock game. I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's no Bioshock, okay? Even if you go to Rapture for 12.5 seconds at the very, very end, and then you see the lighthouses again, you're like, oh, it's actually a Bioshock game. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's not. It's jobby. I only recommend it because it's fun to play, but I wouldn't put any stock in the rest of it, or any stock in the rest of it. See what I did there? That was shite, but at least I thought it was funny. Now I'm going to go and talk about the DLCs. Fun! Right, so let us chat about these DLCs, shall we? What we've got is Clash in the Clouds, a Burial at Sea Episode 1 and Episode 2. Right, Clash in the Clouds is just a, wave-based, wee bit of challenge combat mode, arena type thing. It's okay. It was the first of the release DLC, and I really don't care, so I didn't play it all that much. Maybe for like 10 minutes. So this is great. If you're into that sort of thing, I'd rather just play the story mode again in like a year or 2 years time. So take it that what you will. I don't like it and I don't care for it. So Burial at Sea Episode 1. This is actually really pretty damn good. It's back in Rapture because, of course, and it's like before the fall of Rapture, so it's like the prequel. We probably should have got a prequel to the first game anyway, so that would have been nice, but they decided to make a game that's nothing like Bioshock, and then went, oops, and then made the DLC quite like Bioshock. In fact, it is Bioshock, but going off the ending, I'm a bit confused. I thought all Bookers / Comstocks were destroyed, but I don't know how killing one in one timeline does all that. Yeah, the story's shite. So, Elizabeth, I don't know if they're related in this. I don't know, it's just two characters with the same names, right? We'll just go with that. She shows up at Booker's thingy, investigation bureau in Rapture, because he's got one in Rapture. And with this story, I'm just a bit of a blank. It's kind of, they're looking for some wee lassie. And yeah, you get to see little sisters before they turn into wee evil bastards. It's quite nice. It's weird though, they're all the same model, and I'm like, why do they all look exactly the fucking same? Are they clones? Have I missed something? Probably I've missed quite a lot actually, but stories and games, I'm not so bothered really too much, unless they're utter dreck, like, Bioshock Infinite story. It is nice being back in Rapture and getting to see it with a new lick of paint and all. Oh, it's quite lovely, isn't it? It's quite lovely. Get to fight splicers again, and you get to get that really good Bioshock Infinite combat system, and Elizabeth will help you with things like she did in the main game. Throw you ammo, throw you salts, throw you not plasmid juice, which is the salts, and life. Don't know where she finds all this stuff from, but it's like, here, have guns. You're like, where the fuck did that come from? The bin? Probably. There's also sky rails in Rapture for some reason. Maybe they just decided to use it for a wee half hour and then didn't like it. They went, nah, it's not so good. I'll let Columbia have that, even though I think they're a different, I don't know, do you know what? Fuck knows now. They've ruined it for me, this. But this DLC's good. It's very short though. Not a big fan of that. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours long. Save me part 2. And that's a good one. We'll just delve right into part 2. So at the end of part 1, Elizabeth has you killed off via a Big Daddy, and then she's in Paris. But then you find out the Elizabeth that had you killed was also killed by that Big Daddy, and I'm like, what? What is this? So they called in another Elizabeth to finish the... Lost the plot. I've lost the plot. This story is fucking rotten. Not even trying. It's just like, see, this is the thing I don't like about Infinite Universes. You can just kill a character off and bring them back for whatever reason. Even within like a 10-minute spree of each other, This one is very heavily on the stealth. And do you know what? I hate stealth. I hate it in every game that doesn't have the proper design functions for it. I mean, sure you can use it, but it's god awful. And you can only, you kill them with a melee hit, but if you hit them with a melee hit, if they've noticed you, it only stuns them. And I'm like, what? Aye, whatever. Aye, very good. And then you get to see more of Andrew Ryan and Atlas, and his accent changes from Irish to, dodgy Irish to dodgy American. I can't really tell which way. I think he's an Irishman putting on an American accent, because it sucks! And he's looking for his ace in the hole. And that ace in the hole is just the phrase, would you kindly? so you can control Jack, and it turns out that Jack fucking shot everybody up in the plane and caused the plane to crash because the letter said, "Would you kindly?" I quite like that, actually. And then it's over, and it's so short. Nice to see Big Daddies again, though, but don't fight them in this. You'll just die within seconds because you're Elizabeth, and she's got no combat skills or anything like that. She's a sneaky, and it's a different Elizabeth as well. So, unfortunately, I think episode 2 does let it down somewhat because it is stealth based, and like I said before, don't like that all that much. Dull, boring. I want to be able to engage and slaughter people in the thousands. Story's no bad actually. In the end, it's okay, and that's your DLC for Bioshock Infinite. I mean, it's short as fuck, and they should just have made a prequel to the first game instead of Infinite. I think that would have been a much better idea. But, hey, what the hell do I know? I'm just some dick on the internet. Get it up, yeah.
Away, you filthy little shit!